I will clean 5 kilos of plums from pits. I put the clean plums in a pot, and that way I will clean all the plums. I cleaned 2.5 kilos of plums, and now I'm going to sprinkle them with half a kilo of sugar. 200 grams of sugar goes to a kilogram of plums. I continue to clean the plums. I cleaned the plums and sprinkled them with the rest of the sugar. I will now cover the plums and leave them to stand like this overnight so that the sugar melts and the plums release their juice. The plums were left overnight. I will stir. I put the pot on the stove and wait for it to boil. When the plums have boiled, I will reduce the temperature and continue to cook while stirring for the next hour. After an hour of cooking, this is what our plum jam looks like. Now I will chop the plums with a stick mixer. Here is what the jam looks like when I chop the plums. I continue to cook for another 20 minutes, stirring constantly. After an additional 20 minutes of cooking, our plum jam is ready. Cooked plum jam falls in pieces from the cooker. I prepared the sterilized jars in the oven at 100 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. I put the jam in jars. I filled the jar and will close it immediately with clean and new lids. I repeat the process with the rest of the jam. I will turn the filled jars upside down on the lid. I will let the jars prepared like this cool down gradually and put them in a dark place until use. If you like the recipe, leave me a heart in the comment. Thanks, friends. I washed 2 kilos of plums and I will do them first to clean from the pit. I put the cleaned plums in a pot and pour 2 liters of water. I put the pan on the stove, and from the moment the water boils, I will cook for 15 minutes until the plum softens. After 15 minutes of cooking, the plum has softened, and now I will put the plum in the blender. I will chop and blend the plums. I return the chopped plum to the water where it was boiled. Now is the moment when you can add water if you want your juice to be thinner. I will not add water. I will add the juice of 1 lemon. Now it's time to add sugar as desired. I will not add sugar. I will add 2 tablespoons of the natural sweetener stevia spoons. Stevia has no calories. When the juice boils, I will cook for 15 minutes. I sterilize the bottles for 30 minutes in the oven at 100 degrees Celsius. Lids for 15 minutes in boiling water. After 15 minutes of cooking, I pour the juice into bottles. I close the bottles immediately. So I will fill all the bottles. Allow the bottles to cool gradually and store in a dark place until use. Thanks, friends. I will show you how to preserve fresh plums for a longer period of time. I'll wash them first. I washed the plums and now I need clean and washed jars. I will pop out each plum with a toothpick. I put the pitted plum in a jar, and that's how I will process all the plums. Write to me in the comments from which country are you watching me? It's nice to know that we are watching each other all over the world. Do not fill the jars to the top. And this is how I will fill all the jars. I add 1 tablespoon of sugar to each jar. Sugar binds water molecules to itself and thus makes it unfavorable for the development of bacteria. Water that is saturated with sugar is weakly active. I need lemon juice. I will add a tablespoon of lemon juice to each jar. Botulism does not develop in an acidic environment. I will fill the jars with cold water to cover the plums. I will wipe the top of the jar. I close the jars with clean lids. I need a deeper pot. I put a cloth on the bottom of the pan. I put the jars in the pan. I pour cold water into the pot up to the height of the lid. I put the pan on the stove. I'll cover the pan. From the moment the water boils, it will be pasteurized for 20 minutes. Pasteurization is a process at 70 degrees Celsius. After 20 minutes, I remove the pan from the stove. I will leave the jars to cool gradually in the water. After that, I store them in a dark and cool place. If you like the recipe, leave me a heart in the comment. Thanks, friends.